Hey folks, so this here, we're on Project G for episode 9. God, after I loaded this guy up, I had the longest drawn-out yawn I've ever had. It was really weird, and I couldn't start the video because I was like, for way too long. Anyway, so last time we were steadily progressing through Zone 3. We've got the 3 stars and everything but the final level. We found the Guardian in its hidey hole, but watch out for its range. That doesn't sound fun at all, by the way. I'm trying to remember what the controls are. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of crash here and die because I just kind of forgot how to play. we're just gonna hit the retry button and start over. I was like, what's the missile button? And then while I was trying to figure out the missile button, I kind of just casually crashed into stuff, and it was good. Okay. That was kind of rough, to be honest. Oh, you suck. Wow, there's a lot of enemies. That thing's actually shooting at me. But you know what? I'm kind of impressed with my ability to dodge those shots. So you know what? Go me. You know, all things considered, too. Actually, this is kind of like a difficult mission here. I just took that in the face, but whatever. Yeah, this is like legitimately difficult, and I'm doing pretty well, all things considered, right? Whoops, I do, however, need to stop shooting. Yeah, like that. Whoa! Oh, I let it hit me. Also, get out of the poison! Also, this dude! Oh man, the poison. The pollution, I suppose. It looks like I might be able to sneak over them through, like, the legitimate top. There's a weirdly unsettling delay between enemies. Oh. Yeah! Show that barrel! Awesome! Forgot all about that poison there. Alright, we got a lag! I'm barely dodging the shots. Oh man. No. Bad. Yeah, there's like no way for me to kind of cut back into that when I get... If I don't like kill them immediately... Alright. We got... Is that like a hermit crab? Is he actually shooting at me? I really can't tell. Also, I'm not really able to tell what I'm supposed to be shooting at him. I think that this is a hermit crab. It looks like I need to be shooting his back. Which is frankly easier said than done. That's it. Oh. Okay, is that a thing he'll just keep doing now? He's gonna try to hit me with this ball. I'm not exactly sure what's going on. I'll just kind of keep doing this thing. Oh, this is a weird boss fight. Whoa. Oh, hey, he just kicked off his shell. And I have literally no idea what's going on in this fight. But staying at the top of the map seems to be the correct choice. I'll just... Oh no, he's going at me again. God, I kind of wish I had some missiles right now. Just, like, spamming the missile button would be awesome. Come on, he's almost dead. Oh yeah. Yeah, look at that. First try. Go me. Oh, and I got the 5 stars too. Sick. Alright, so that means we're off the zone 4. We do have some logs though, I think I want to go through. Did I read this one? Entry 11260. I feel like I should lean toward the screen and say, is this thing on, as my dad always used to. Reading through previous decade reviews has been a touching experience back to reality. The current status of our mission. Our work towards hope for a solution seemed misplaced until 5 years ago when we had a much-needed breakthrough. The fish we discovered were not all gone. Here and there, marine life managed to thrive, hidden away in quiet corners. That seems to be the norm. The silver lining was attached to a big black cloud. Oop, I scrolled down too much. Predators have migrated across oceans in search of disappearing food and are equipped by Mother Evolution to find what they're looking for. The problem is, there are too many of them. It was a tricky challenge. We couldn't just fish for the baddies without putting the seeds of renewing marine life worldwide at risk. Instead, we made a plan. Artificial cybernetic fish bots. The bots are smart. They process and clean pollution from the water they swim in, while protecting the vulnerable fish populations from nasties that want to eat them. Of course, we learned from the past not to mess with ecosystems. The bots don't kill all the bad guys, just enough to maintain the balance. From the sketchy information we've been able to obtain, the outside world is stabilizing. Africa and Central America are virtually empty, uninhabitable. People flock to places where they can still survive. The world's population has dropped like a stone in the last 40 years, so the initial violence and unrest have subsided. There's space for the climate refugees. When I heard rumors of research similar was being done, I just hope desperation doesn't override common sense. World population, 4 billion. Sea level, yeah. Alright, so we just got 5. Man-made catastrophe, 10 years later. I don't think anything could have prepared us for what happened since my last report. Some short-sighted idiots in power in Asia launched a weather-altering device into the stratosphere. It was meant to deflect large amounts of sun and encourage cooler temperatures and more rain, allowing a return to crop cultivation. Of course, the urgency of the situation motivated premature action and a dire lack of proper modeling and testing. Nevertheless, the device seemed to work well. Then it dawned on the world that the cursed thing didn't deflect heat into space. The heat... I get very technical now. Atmospheric density variation, magnetic vortexes. Instead, let me put it in simple terms. The heat bounced towards the South Pole. Humans yet again messed with a delicate system. It turned out to be way more complex than they could ever have imagined, and now they lost half of the remaining ice caps in 2 years. The powers that be, of course, didn't care, because the device worked in their little bubble. What matter international outcry, what matter wider consequences if you manage to grow food again in your own little kingdom. In the end, the device mysterious malfunctioned. There were accusations all around of sabotage. Looks like humanity has learned nothing over the past 50 years after all. So 3.5, sea levels, I guess it's going up. There we go. I guess I want to check upgrades on my submarine. I need many more of those and some of those. So 1s and 3s. I think it was the wires I needed from this, which I did not get. Okay, try again. Got the wires, alright. And then we need the fancy-dancy expensive guys. Which presumably, oh yeah, I only got one of a thing that I don't need. Confirm. Got it. Nothing I needed. That's life. Oh, just on a side note. So previously we started in the Pacific near Hawaii. We moved to the northern Atlantic. Then we went to the deep southern Atlantic. What would be the Antarctic, if I guess there was any left. And now we're in the Indian Ocean. Right now we're off the coast of Africa. It looks like Somalia down there. Don't get discouraged by the deep sea. It'll get as busy as the other security breaches. Follow your light. Oh, that sounds like crap. Hey, some guys I remember. Alright, I'm gonna run off with the assumption that steam cloud was wow. Wow. Alright, well, as I was saying before I horrifically died, I was going to say that I'm pretty confident that steam cloud there, it's like probably a volcanic vent or something, is most likely not present. Wow. Oh man, I have to itch my nose. Good. Okay, nothing came. We're good. Well, that's new and probably sucks. Well, it's actually not that bad. Just kind of shoot it. kind of appreciate the things that I can kill by shooting and that also don't shoot back at me. Those are nice. Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like I fought these fish before. Wow. Oh, I'm out of bullets. Yeah, I fought those fish before, and they seem a lot tougher now. I feel like I need another weapon. Also, God, that sucks. I did kind of just casually go straight into that, so that's fine. I am not getting a lot of weapons upgrades. Can you? Okay. I know the odds of, I guess, a weapons, not a weapons upgrade, but like a power up, I guess I should say. I'm pretty confident that the odds of the weapons power-ups are random, but I'm still not having a lot of luck. That sucks. Wow. I'm surprised I didn't get hit there. Can I still get 3 stars? Still got 3 stars. Yeah. And we leveled up. Can I upgrade my attack? I need more power cells and more of that thing. Alright, that we can do. Buy. Confirm. Yes, got the thing I needed. Screw all other upgrades. Because increasing my weapons power is definitely the most awesome thing possible. And more importantly, I was kind of like in desperate need of that upgrade in the first place. Wow, though, I need a lot of things here. Well, actually, that's not too bad. I only need 1 of a level 1. I do need 7 of a level 2 thing, though, and 2 of a level 3, and for the shield, I'm still desperately lacking that thing. And now I'm also heavily lacking, I guess those are the fiber optics cables, heavily lacking the fiber optics. Still, though, I upgraded my weapons, and that's kind of the important point. So now we're down by Australia. The fish bots are built to endure deep sea pressure. Hope you've been adapting your ship to match. So do I, to be honest. Let's look at my new, more powerful weaponry. I should cross this while I can. Another unnerving gap between enemies. Every time that happens, I'm expecting something like either a horde of them to come out or something else. But I can just casually kind of take that shot into my face. That one too. Upside though, I got the shield upgrade, so gotta shoot this barrel better. There we go. We got a new log. I think after I finish this map, or this course, I should say, I'll read that log and then we'll end the video here. Oh, snap! That steam does deal damage to me. I did just let a large amount of enemies. I hope I don't lose my 3-star rating for this. Yo, that multi-shot would have been a lot useful at the beginning of that part. I bet the map's about to be over too. Oh no, we got enemies. Just kind of letting them hit me though. Oh my god. Whew. I'm surprised I got through that as well as I did. That was good. That was good right there. Let's take a look at my upgrade options again. Yeah, so we got those that we needed. We didn't get anything that we needed there. Here we still need more of the fiber optics. Alright, so let's get... We need the fiber optics, and we need 1s and 3s here. And here we need 1s, 2s. So basically I need all types. That's annoying. Alright, let's do this. Confirm. That's not what we needed. Confirm. That's also not what we needed. Wow, I'm just not getting the thing I need at all. Well, alright, that's that. Let's read our last log and then we'll finish this video. So that was log 7. 2080. It's hard to know where to begin to listening the disaster that it's hard to know where to begin listing the disasters that befell the world in the last 10 years. Overgrazing of the little grassland that was left, lack of crop rotation, worldwide desertification out of control, all leading to 10 years near complete crop failure and the worst famine in recorded history. Were one able to view it from space, you would barely recognize Earth as the same planet as before the collapse. Sea levels rose to where no dike or dam could hold them back. Coastlines have been totally redrawn. Political lines, well, nations as we know them are no more. Borders are fluid, and I don't mean that metaphorically. We now think of seas when we talk of countries. Africa first became a desert, then a seabed. The southern hemisphere is an unbearable oven where UV levels will kill you if you manage to survive the heat. At Giga Corporation, we get our people to keep a tight focus on what we're doing. Our efforts seem small pitted against the scope of the disaster, but it could change everything. The fish pots managed to stabilize the 8 locations where we originally put them, and this can be the small seed that grows into the tree of hope. We're confident we could support the population of 2 million with these locations using fish and marine vegetation. We are wildly excited about our progress, but equally cautious. The project is at a critical stage, and secrecy is paramount. We've seen how desperate nations in the past trampled the tentative roots of any recovery in their clumsy and short-sighted efforts to exploit it. This is one of the toughest, most heartbreaking things we have ever had to do. We watch from a distance as more and more people starve and waste away from illness, yet a single misstep can change this chance of long-term recovery to nothing but a temporary relief before a return to the same misery. We're walking on a tightrope, but if we fail, we could take all of humanity with us. 1 billion approximately. Alright. So, that's the end of this video, folks. As always, like, favorite, comment, subscribe, check me out on Patreon, Twitter, Facebook, and I will see you folks later.